an anime that has been at the tippity top of my mind as of late due to the PlayStation Store. Every time I go into it, it's always like, hey, did you know SAO's coming out with a new game in July? You want it? 70 bucks, 80 bucks, $100. Come on, you want to spend it. You want to spend it. And I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, anime games have the wide range of either being very good like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Storm 4 or being Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, which honestly, the best thing you could do with that game is buy the physical version and play Frisbee with it than actually playing the game itself, because it's absolutely dog water. But anyway, it's we'll see. I mean, I got Gamefly in the year of our Lord and Savior 2026, so like I can always rent the game if it's dog shit, send it back, and then it's just as easy as that. So we'll see. I'll wait for the reviews, yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, it's made me think about it, and it's just made me realize the fall off Sword Art Online's really had, because when you do it to like its counterpart of back in 2013, one of the most popular anime at the point in time, Attack on Titan, not even close. Attack on Titan was hyped every single season once it returned. Sword Art Online after Gun Gale was, I remember people were hyped about Gun Gale, and after Gun Gale, crickets. Which, like I said, just made me really realize that no, it fell off hard. Like, I think Gun Gale was the straw that broke my camel's back, and I think Gun Gale was the straw that broke a lot of people's backs when they were just like, yeah, we're done with this series. It's not it. Now, of course, there's gonna be some defenders like, actually, it got really much better after Gun Gale. Like, it only picked up. Like, it only got better, right? Like that. There's gonna be defenders of everything. I understand. But I had a friend who decided to watch all the way through. He keeps up to date. And he's like, it's bad. It's really bad. It's trash. He got too deep in and was like, fuck it, I'll just stick it out. Nah, he doesn't know how they got there. He's like, it's bad. It doesn't get any better after the first season. In short, because we talked about it for like an hour. In short, the best way to put it was like, it's like going on a road trip from New York to Los Angeles. But it's somewhere along the way, you ended up on goddamn Jupiter. Like, it don't compute how they got where they got, and he's just like, it's bad. So it's just made me really think like, damn, it really fell off. Like, there used to be excitement. By that I mean specifically between part 1 and part 2, and then Gun Gale, there was some excitement, and then it kind of died. Gun Gale was definitely the nail in the coffin, because like I said, there was excitement still around Sword Art Online for a couple years there. I was much more on the internet than I am now. And there was like some excitement, some buzz, like, yeah, Gun Gale's gonna be, and it was So let's talk about like where do I think like this fall off? Where did it start? Episode 11, baby. Episode 11 is at 11 or 12. Whenever the fuck the plot twist is, hey, the boss was among us the entire time, actually, right? That's when that happened. Now you may hear that plot twist like, oh, that sounds like a fine plot twist. That's happened before. Yeah, that would have been fine if it happened on floor 100, but instead, guess where floor it happened? Oh, it happened on floor 75. I'm pretty sure it was floor 75. Like I said, I haven't watched it in fucking a decade. Hey, maybe this video gets enough support. I'll watch all of Sword Art Online, huh? Yeah, you leave enough likes. I don't know. Just because I really don't want to rewatch it, because I'm already rewatching something and it's putting me through the fucking ringer. You're going to see the first video about that in 2 weeks. I really don't want to add another shit I don't want to rewatch. Hell, there's technically another series I have to rewatch that I really don't fucking rewatch. So I really don't want to fucking rewatch it. I know, it's confusing. A lot of shit I don't want to rewatch. If this, I don't know, fuck it. Give me 100 likes. Sure, fuck it. We ball 100 likes and I'll watch all of Sword Art Online. Oh my god, I do not want to fucking do that. I don't want to do that at all. So anyway, whatever the fuck it happens on the plot twist happens on floor 75, and it's just, it kills the entire thing. Now, why does it kill the entire thing? Well, that's simply because Sword Art Online for the past 10 fucking episodes has been telling us about how important floor 100 is. We really need to, floor 100, we beat the game. Episode 1, when the twist comes out that he's just like, hey, you're actually trapped in this game for all eternity. You can't log out. Ha ha ha. You must beat me on floor, you must beat floor 100. Floor 100. Episode 1. We get to episode 11 and we're actually think, fuck it, never mind. Floor 75 is good enough. It's like, what do you mean, Sway? Like, it was like, oh my god, bro, we got 13 episodes left. It's gonna be like 2 floors an episode, and it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so great. This climax is gonna be fucking banger. And then literally blue balls you, and you're stuck because all of a sudden it's like, Ironclad's done, over with, finito, finished. Hope you enjoyed it, motherfucker. Deuces. What do you mean? god, but yeah, they pulled your boss. The boss is actually here all along, but like we didn't even get the climax. Like we were building towards it, and we just fucking ended it. I don't think that killed it for a lot of people. I think it was kind of like, okay, because it was like, okay, what are you going to do now? Like, what's the setup now? Like, if you're going to pull this brazen ass blue balling us, you got to have some heat in store. Oh, I got some good news for you. Elfheim is after. I'm pretty sure it's Elfheim. I actually don't remember. I think Elfheim might be literally a completely different from fucking something else. I don't know. It could be from Skyrim. I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Elfheim. I don't remember. I'm not going to look it up because I don't remember much of shit about Elfheim because it was that. I remember so much more about Aincrad than I do actually about Elfheim because I've just the uninterest in the Elfheim. Like it was because I got interested in Elfheim because they took away all the stakes. All the stakes were if they live, if they die in game. Like it is a life or death, and then you take away the life or death. And I think it was like, oh no, if you die in Elfheim, it's a 24-hour clock out period, and like, you know, it was just like all the stakes were gone, and there was like okay. Man, I'm getting too close. So Elfheim happens because Asuna's soul is still in the game, right? Everyone wakes up except Asuna. Kirito doesn't know why she why isn't she waking up? Yada, yada. And then it turns out her soul's been sucked into Elfheim, into this new world, because some fucking players in there were trying to get to the highest point because Asuna's stuck in a birdcage at the very tippity top of the map. Players did some fuckery. They took a picture. Asuna gets seen in there. One of the people Kirito met in Sword Online, he goes like his bar, and then like he gives them a picture like, oh, Asuna's been seeing this game. So Kirito then goes into the Elfheim, right? So he goes into Elfheim to essentially and this Elfheim part is essentially just like it feels so super fucking official. Like it just doesn't feel like that mean, that deep. It just doesn't do what Aincrad did. It doesn't do what the Aincrad did. The only stakes are like, we really need to rescue Asuna. That's pretty much the biggest payoff. That is the only payoff, matter of fact. Because it was just like, everything was building towards rescuing Asuna. Of course, he eventually does rescue Asuna, and then like, you know, the ending happens where like he goes, gets Asuna, who's woken up because the other fucking dickhead who's trying to marry Asuna is like there, and then like they have like a knife fight. It's not really a knife fight. I think it's like either Kirito gets stabbed, and then like Kirito fucking performs a goddamn mythical parry from fucking Aincrad, and then like defeats the fucker who's trying to take Asuna, and then like the season ends, yada yada, right? That kind of happens, right? And then that's how the first season of Sword Online ends, and it's kind of like, oh well, that's an ending. But like people, like I said, people were still excited. People were still excited for Gun Gale, so it didn't throw people off. Gun Gale, we'll talk about here in a bit, is like that's the straw to break it. But let's go back to Elfheim. So Elfheim, why is it so dumb? Why is it so? Elfheim like I said, there was a fall off between 11 and 12 because like, okay, this fuckery happened. It's not Floor Stand Fight. You blue balled us. Let's see where it goes. And then Elfheim, it really doesn't deliver. However, Elfheim does have an elephant in the room that I did not address yet, because let's go ahead and address that bitch now. So Sword Art Online is kind of a harem. It's a harem that doesn't need to be a harem because there is no competition for its heart. A key feature of harem is a bunch of girls who are all competing for the main protagonist, right? The problem with fucking Sword Art Online is there's no competition because someone's already won. Why? Like, she's already won, and it keeps introducing more female characters that are like, oh, is Kirito gonna fall for this blacksmith girl? No. Is Kirito gonna get swooned by this 13-year-old girl? Shocker, no. But they just stick the fuck around because they're like, surely he's gonna give me a chance. No, he's not. I don't even know why they added this element. So it's a harem, and why is this relevant? Okay, that is because in part 2, Kirito meets this elf that has blonde hair, green eyes, and it is I believe her name is Lifa. If it's not Lifa, I'm gonna call her Lifa anyway. Fuck off. So they progress through the story, and as it goes, it progresses. It's very clear that this Lifa girl, this Lifa, whoever the fuck she may be in real life, has a thing for Kirito. However, it is very eventually, we find out as the viewer, it is established that this elf that has been helping him and that has fallen in love with him is his cousin / sister. I don't remember their official relations. I think they're cousins, but they grew up together, so they're pretty much like siblings. Because I think her parents died in an accident or something, and she got adopted by her aunt and, you know, uncle, which would be Carrie Joe's parents. I think that's it, or it might be the reverse, or it might be neither. I don't fully remember. I'm pretty sure they were cousins that are like siblings. So we find that out. And what do you think happens when she finds this out? Because she finds this out first. Huh. I'm glad you asked. Instead of having a Luke and Leia situation where they were like, oh, they kind of want to bang each other, don't they? And then they find out that they're siblings, and then immediately all that sexual tension evaporates. Well, instead in this situation, she finds out it's her cousin. She's like, I can make this work. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Why would you add this? I understand. In harems, this is not a rare trope. This is not even like a uncommon trope. This is a common trope. I've read and watched a fair share of harems in this fucking media. The little sister or the sister being a love interest is not that wild. Listen, kiss exists is a thing. My little sister can't be this cute. It's fucking wild. Now, this part is a drop off for a lot of people, because you may ask why. Like, why is this a drop off? So you remember how I said this was mainstream? Well, one of the key features of mainstream anime is they get non-anime people in the door. Mainstream anime is the gateway anime into the deeper. It's the weed of anime, where it's like you start off with, you know, what they used to say, you start off with weed, and then next thing you know you're on crack, and then you're on cocaine, and then you're on meth, and then you're on heroin, and next thing you know you're dead, right? You know that. And this mainstream is like the gateway where you're like, oh, this anime is normal. Oh, let me go try this other anime. Oh, it's normal. And then before you start throwing weird shit at them, they slowly descend until like anime tropes and weird shit become normal, right? So when you have this element of this weird ass element of this sibling fuckery happening in a mainstream, it's going to turn people off because they're like, oh, it's weird. Because in 2013, a large stipulation of anime at this point in time, people still were like, isn't that weird tentacle little girl porn type shit over there? You're like, okay, no. Like, that's what people mostly thought it was. And then when you do shit like this, people are like, see, that's why I don't fuck with this. This is weird. This is weird. It's gonna turn a lot of normal people off. Now, if you're not normal, like my friend whose first anime was Kekegukuro, which is an anime entirely about watching girls gamble and get off to the stakes of the gambling bet. Like, and he stuck around, like Trooper, because I've watched Kekegukuro. That is not, I would never recommend that to anybody, ever. You can't have someone walk in watching you watch these high school girls get their rocks off to gambling. You can't explain that. You cannot explain that to anybody who walks in on that. So that's like a big thing, because you want to mainstream, you don't want to weird people out, but then when you add weird ass anime elements into your mainstream anime, you're gonna weird some people out. Some people are gonna stop because just watching, because like, oh, it's gonna get weird, isn't it? It's gonna get weird. Like, it's gonna get a little too weird. You may think, normal people are gonna stop watching that because they're gonna be like, it's weird. It's like, imagine if Jujutsu Kaisen at one point in time, it was just like, it's established that, hey, Gojo's actually a pervert who likes to spy on little girls' changing rooms. It's like, people are gonna get turned off by that because they're like, it's weird. What the fuck is that? What is that weirdness? All I'm really much trying to say is, you can have those characters, but you cannot make it a central plot point. Like, the best way, it's a gimmick. Like, Master Roshi being a pervert is a gimmick. Jiraiya being a pervert is a gimmick. A key aspect of the fucking plot line was she falls in love with him. You can't do it. What the fuck is that? Anyway, that's kind of like that. It's just like a weird thing. Like, that's something people are going to, even if you go ask anyone who's watched SAO about the Elfine part, or like ask about like Kirito, they're like, isn't it like, that's a key thing people remember? Like, hey, wasn't it like his sister wanted to fuck him at one point? Like, this is going to be a key thing people remember about. You don't want that to be one of the things people remember? Fuck. So let's talk about Gun Gale. Gun Gale was the biggest nail in the coffin because Gun Gale was the most useless fucking nothing burger. So what did Gun Gale do? Gun Gale added another lady into the fucking useless harem, and just to top it off, he copied Aincrad. So Gun Gale happens, murder mysteries happening where players in Gun Gale are dying, and then they're dying in real life, but they shouldn't be because the VR technology apparently is still trusted and hasn't been banned or restricted at any, like, I don't know how it's not restricted or banned, because once again, thousands of people died. and they haven't restricted this technology. Hookun Gale happens, murder mystery, yada yada, someone imitating the Aincrad situation. And then this 18-year-old Kirito, he has no detective ability whatsoever, is not a sleuth, nothing, no training whatsoever, manages to solve this mystery. Turns out a guy was just killing people in the game and then would like find their address in real life and then go while they were still in the game. And then like lethal injection them and then they would die, right? And that's kind of how that would happen. He would, I believe it was like he was targeting specifically people who lived alone. Like he would target people who he knew lived alone so he could sneak into their residency and then kill them. He would never go to people who had people in the house. So like something like that. Kirito finds this out. Police don't, because of course the police are fucking useless. And then like, oh, it's solved and yay, he's done it. And then the season ends. And I think a lot of people broke back because they were like, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Like it felt like a filler season, but it wasn't a filler season. And once that gets established to where like, oh, a filler season, but or it is an actual like important season, but it feels like filler, you're gonna lose so many people. Like it felt, everything happened and it was just like, this is borderline a fucking filler arc. Like this is, but it's an entire season. It was no filler. It was an entire fucking arc. Like this is like if Bleach came out with like a new season, and remember when the Zanpakutos all like got actual personalities and had like physical forms? Remember that arc where like their Zanpakutos rebelled? That's like if they made that an actual fucking season instead of just some filler horse shit just to like fill in time between like the main manga releases. Like, oh my god. And that happened. It felt useless, it felt purposeless, and it was like, okay, so there's nothing new. So there's no new. And like there was no character development whatsoever. Like Kirito does not seem to be fazed by Aincrad whatsoever. There doesn't seem any lingering issues because of the Aincrad debacle. Like there's just seems to be nothing. Like no PTSD, no mental afflictions, like no panic attack or anxiety while he's inside these fucking games. Am I misremembering this? I don't remember him. Maybe he did have panic attacks. I don't think he did. I think he was just an alpha fucking beta Taijo gamer and was just unfazed by life and death by everyone around. Like holy shit, it was like, like I said, I don't remember him. Maybe he did suffer mental affliction, but it's been so long, but I don't remember there being a part where I'm like, damn, Kirito's really going through it. I just remember the biggest plot point being is that this girl now is loving him, and the biggest reveal was like, oh, it's actually his sister. Like I remember that being the two biggest plot point was rescuing Asa and his sister wants to fuck him. That was it. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. And my memory may not be great, but like even with Naruto stuff, I remember very key points of like Naruto's emotional distress moments, or like him trying to break through, or him having like, I remember those moments. I don't remember Kirito panic, which is very bad. Just very, very. I remember Vegeta breaking down when he couldn't go fucking Super Saiyan. I don't fucking remember anything about Kirito having no goddamn breakdowns, right? So, personally, me, if I was in charge of this, I would have made it 3 seasons, right? Because I can't blame SAO author for deciding to milk the cash cow. Because SAO was making a fuck ton of money. So many gacha games, so many video games came out about it. Like I said, funny enough, most of them are all about Aincrad because that's the cash cow. Hell, the new game coming out is about Aincrad, not about none of the new shit, none of the new none, all about Aincrad. What is it? The echoes of Aincrad, right? So, and personally, if it was me, I'd have made it 3 seasons. First season, all Aincrad. We're not doing the setting 5 explore. I think what I would have did is keep it mostly all the same. You know, maybe have explore some more floors. They go through the floors, yada yada yada, right? Bada bing, bada boom. They get the floor 100. They beat the final boss, and then the secret final boss. It ends the episode, ends the first season as on a cliffhanger of the boss just being like, "You thought that was the final boss? Actually, I'm going to be your final boss, right?" It's like what? And boom, season 1 ends. Season 2, bam, we come back. They're fighting the secret final boss. Maybe it takes an episode or 2, maybe 3. Boom, they overcome him. They beat him. Everyone's soul gets free. However, Asuna's, the servers still get bought. Asuna still gets sent into Elfheim. However, we get episodes where Kirito is dealing with mental afflictions. He's dealing with panic attack, anxiety attack. He's dealing, I forgot the name of the mental affliction where like you can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, like a video game reality. Like he's struggling because he spent 2 years where his reality was a video game, right? And then he's also suffering from PTSD where he can't play video games, or he just has flashbacks. Like he just starts trembling. He has panic attacks. Like he can't play video games anymore currently right now. and really wants Asuna to wake up. And then it still happens where he gets the picture, can you go in? He really doesn't want to go, and he's really hesitant, like he's really fighting, like he wants to, but he can't, like physically and mentally he cannot go through it. But he eventually manages to put on the headset one more time, even though I'm pretty sure after Aincrad he doesn't put on the headset for like 2 years, I think, or he doesn't put on the headset for like a borderline like a few weeks, and they're like, oh, good enough. So, or he buys like the new headset, or he might use his old one. I genuinely don't fucking remember. It was all so unimportant. But so he goes through in season 2, like, and he manages to go to Elfheim, right? He meets his cousin, but in Elfheim he's constantly dealing with panic attacks, anxiety attacks, PTSD. Like he is literally the battle is against himself more than rescuing Asuna. It's more like, trying to rescue himself, save himself. Asuna will be going through the same things a bit severely, and so, but his cousin, he still meets her. They bond together, except this time, let's say she wants to fuck him, and then she finds out his cousin, and she doesn't want to fuck him. She wants to help him because, they're a family. And so she helps him. They get a close bond, and then eventually he rescues Asuna. They get out, and like, that you end it with the same parking lot scene, him defeating dickhead, whatever, right? Then part 3, I would have had it to where it's like, 20 years later, they have a child's like working age, and then the child saves up and buys their own VR headset because Kirito and Asuna didn't want to buy, their child one, because what they went through with the VR headsets, and they don't want their child to go through the same thing, but their child is kind of like, that's some shit that happened to y'all like 20 years ago. It's a joke to us now, right? We talk about like, oh, you're gonna get Aincrad, like, how people nowadays make 9/11 jokes, like, because we grew up, like, if you're like less than 35, like 9/11 don't hit the same for you. Like if you're older than 35, like 9/11 probably hits. You're younger than 35, 9/11, like you were like 10 when 9/11 happened. Like, do you understand really what happened? Like, you may understand the concept, but like the impact didn't really fucking hit. Anyway, that's when he's speculation. And it's gonna be the same thing with the child. So the child goes in, and like they're playing Gun Gale, and they make a friend in Gun Gale, and then this friend dies in Gun Gale, and then dies in reality. And then the Gun Gale killer's like, we're gonna come for you next. So now Asuna and Kirito have to reluctantly go into the VR world to then solve this mystery of who this killer is, and then save their child from getting murdered by this killer. And even to make it more realistic, make Kirito be a detective instead of just this 18-year-old boy wonder who's an elite fucking gamer and apparently can solve every fucking mystery under the sun. The heat death of the universe, he has it solved. How black holes are made, he has it solved. How we even got into being, into creation, he knows it. So that's just kind of like some of the changes I would make, but I'm just a random fucker on the internet. What do I know? Yeah, no, this had to fall off. I think undisputedly we gotta say it's had a fall from grace from where it used to be. Everyone used to talk glowingly about Sword Art Online. Now, not a lot of people talk that good about Sword Art Online. Like, now it's kind of meme to death. Like, everyone kind of like the key plot points everyone really remembers about SAO that remembers is they didn't beat floor 100, and Kirito's cousin wants to fuck him. And there's also that little girl, and then also the blacksmith. That's literally it. And I guess also the sniper lady. Like, that's, and he's an elite gamer. Like, that's after like I said, Gun Gale was a breaking point for a lot of people. They just stopped watching it. I think I'm like, you probably go look on like on an anime list or something. On Sword Art Online's probably like a 8.5. And then Gun Gale's probably like a 7.3 or something like that, I think. I'm not about to go look that shit up because I can't be fucking bothered to. But yeah, nah, just reminiscing on Sword Art, just to fall off. It's sad. Really, truly. It was so good, and then it wasn't. And then it got worse. Oh, man. Yeah, you hate to see it. It happens to the best, but you really and truly hate to see it. So, yeah, nah, that's all I got. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gone.